Hello there, Cancer. My name's Frankie, and I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient, medium, and an empath. This reading's for Cancer for April of 2020. Wow, 4 months into the year already. For everybody who's new out there, I pull four cards for the month. We use the bottom card on the deck for our overall view of the month. And we'll pull an angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together for us. Now, I am an empath, so I have a speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you. Makes all of us Cancers named Frankie for the time of the reading. Look at your moon sign and at your rising sign. You get a more comprehensive view of the month, and I don't think these cards will go week by week. I think they'll blend in and out throughout the month like a overall theme. Now I have a short message for us, and it's like this month I feel like happy, and I like happy, busy, engaged, that type of energy. And I think that may be astrological. I remember, I might not be right. I'm not an astrologer. It's like the moon's in Cancer twice this month, maybe like the beginning and towards the end. I'm really not sure. But I have this happy kind of energy where I'm maybe changing relationships or changing things in my life, for new, for the better. Then I have this odd energy, which is weird because two of these cards are exactly like Gemini's cards, and I just did the Gemini reading. So it goes along with it. It's like I feel this need or this temptation to just like blow my cork, you know, the temper. So Spirit's saying to me, make sure before I open my mouth that I have all my facts straight, right? Have my facts straight. I've got to have the high ground, is what they're saying. I got to have the high ground before I open my mouth and, like commit to making a challenge type energy at somebody. You know, I want to make sure I have all the facts. So we got good words, we got interesting cards. Like I said, two of them are the same as Gemini, and I put these in different spots in the deck, and then I reshuffle them again a bunch of times and cut them, and they still are showing up. Our first card here, or our words, I didn't tell you, they're good. They're responsibility, intention, trust, simplicity, and purification. That may be that a message about watching, that I have facts before I make a move forward or challenge somebody on something. Make sure it's all straight in our minds, and that we're on the right path, because we got the Seven of Cups here as an overall energy, which is interesting as the overall energy because it's the card of daydream, fantasy, building castles in the air, a time where we have a lot of great creative potential, right? And the energy to use it and make things happen. Uh-huh. So it's good. It's a really good thing. Set our intention and trust it. Take responsible action, like our words down here. But it also is a card of built fantasy, imagination, building castles in the air and never bringing them to ground because there's no focus. So it's a card of scattered energy where we have all these possibilities coming up, and there's too many of them to make a choice. So we're like in our head doing this, like what one should I take? Which one should I take? Questioning, 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 and so many choices. It's like we're the kid in the candy store and we only have a penny. These day and ages, you got to have at least a couple bucks to go in the candy store, but we only got, let's say, the couple bucks, and there's so much candy. Which one do I want? It's that kind of energy. So overall, it's like, what do I want? Then I don't have scattered energy, because up at the top here we can see castles in the air. We can see, a snake for transformation. Here's allocates. Do I want praise and people paying attention to me? Do I want money? Do I want to take off my mask, show my real self? You know, so the card itself tells me, right, that I need to not scatter my energy. I need to focus on one or two things. Make those my goals, make those my top priorities, right? And make sure that, and that's like simplify, like our word. Simplify. Because if I scatter my energy, I'm going to get that word purification. And when I hear purification, when I'm doing a personal reading, spirit, their definition of it to me is I've cried more than enough tears. So think about that. And I think some of this may be a love energy for some of us. Others of us, it's going to be probably primarily at work, and I'll say that in a minute though. I'll say it in a minute because it goes with the card that comes after this, because now we got 10 of Pentacles, and that's a great energy. It's a happy card, just like our happy-go-lucky, we're doing good, we're happy, sometimes happiness is contagious. This means we've established a really solid foundation in our life, and we're secure, which is a great energy. So a lot of us might be moving towards this. So it would be in our business, with our family. Pentacles are earth energy, money, possessions, material goods, all of our work and our hard planning, it all paid off in the end. So then we get the time to enjoy the fruits of our labor. It's a card of emphasizing home and family, which is something that we really love, and that we've succeeded in establishing ourselves, like in a business or some type of a better or more secure income to support our family, maybe planning to build a new home with this, or maybe buy like a second vacation home, but family is like at the forefront of this card, and the leisure time to concentrate on our personal affairs, because we're in a secure, we we have a secure base is the way I want to say it, because we have some kind of secure base. So we've done this with intention in a responsible manner, and people can trust us. And I think that's why that little bit of aggravating energy about making sure we have the facts straight before we make a challenge at somebody is going to become important to us. It's a feeling, and it goes along with Gemini. So maybe some of us, could be like on the cusp, maybe is what I'm thinking. So you might want to look at maybe at that too. Maybe look at that, at our cusp sign also. You might want to look at that if you are way up close, because these two cards are the same, the Seven of Cups and the Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Swords is a tough energy. It means that when it shows up, it means caution in all of our dealings is called for, and it suggests roundabout action, indirect communication, nothing's what it seems to be, and we have to like use our brain, our wit, because this is the air energy, to achieve our aims. There's like a warning when you get the card. It warns about being overconfident. So like I said, make sure we have all those facts this month, because sword energy deals with facts. What the heck's going on that's absolutely real, that type of thing. For the most part, uh, the don't be overconfident. Don't be overconfident. And the reason for that is, if we do that, well, how does that card read? It says lack of proper prudence will do us in. It could still do us in. So it means we have an upper hand over something in a tricky situation, but we'd still have to exercise caution in handling all of our affairs. Now we have that Ten of Pentacles. That's nice energy right before that. We don't want to mess it up. Now, two sevens, right? Seven is an internal energy, turning within, you know, to know what to do and being guided. It's that type of energy. So we have a chance with this card. It's a time to begin new attempts, right? To overcome anything that was a previous failure, but we can't go crashing in and doing it, you know? It's the boo in the china shop syndrome thing. Can't go crashing in to do it, so it's discretion, dis, dis, bleh, I can't get the word out of my mouth. Discretion and discrimination are required, and diplomacy. For me, diplomacy is a really hard one, but I'm going to add to this, right? Also, discernment, just like I did for Gemini. Discernment, make sure I have all those facts, right? Discernment, we might not like doing this. We're very straightforward, loving people. But if we do this kind of approach, we're more likely to achieve success, and you can get good advice sometimes when you have the card. It's the card, the premise is it's the card of a thief. So the guy goes into the camp in broad daylight, he steals all 5 swords and walks out in broad daylight, leaves 2 there, and everybody saw him. It's the elephant in the living room. So it tells me also protect my intellectual property, because swords are thoughts. And one of you wrote in here, could it be he was leaving behind thoughts that no longer served him and only taking the ones that were relevant, like for the future, important for the future, and that can be a thing too. I think of this card a lot of times as a card of going in the back door, like, really paying attention, doing what I'm going to do, keeping quiet about it, right? So from then on in, I can go in the front door. It's kind of like, let's say, well, let's just say I had a really good idea at work, right? I have this great idea, and that I'm going to bring it to the boss, and I tell somebody at work about it, with that original message, right? They may take over that idea, or someone else maybe overheard me telling my friend the idea, and they presented it to our boss as if it was theirs. That type of energy. So I want to keep things to myself unless I can really trust who I'm speaking to. If I have a project or a plan, because obviously it's the card of the thief, and they could present it as if, and I want it to be presented in that as mine, right? And that card of the thief can cause our purification. I've cried more than enough tears, because my goal is this Ten of Pentacles energy and the right idea that's going to get me that, that I'm standing in that position. Because our next card here, and I'm thinking maybe some of us are being called forward into this kind of energy. It's a Queen of Pentacles, it's earth energy, male or female, right? And it's going to be Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo type energy. If it's someone outside of me, but it's a kind person. They respect money as a tool, but they don't worship it as God. And we have the Ten of Pentacles there. It's like a person that's an excellent manager of money. Maybe they really like us, and and even if they didn't really like us, they'd be fair in all of their decisions, practical, well-grounded, wants to see whatever money that they distribute, produce some kind of tangible thing, tangible result. In the physical plane, it could be like a bank loan manager, something that would help us out. If it's not a person coming into our life, some of us will be called up to stand in this type of energy, to be responsible for our money, our funds, our ideas, and responsible to it, Make sure we take care of it and take care of it right, So if it's not a person, it represents The harvest after much labor, security, and the acquisition of wisdom through experience and using our wealth wisely. Using our wealth wisely. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. That's a lot of wealth. And we also have a lot of ideas because we have that Seven of Cups. So looking at the energy of what idea is the one, maybe for some of us, that's going to get me the thing that's going to make me feel happy, right, all that kind of energetics, happy, right, secure, where I can focus, in on what's important to me, or, my particular life. And I'm saying it that way because my particular life, the Page of Cups, that's us. We've shown up in our own reading, I love the Page of Cups because it's like the magician. Look at me, I'm pulling a fish out of the cup, like the rabbit out of the hat. So I love the energy. It is us, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Be a younger energy. It could be one of our kids, when they pull this fish out of the cup, it's like, I like what I see, and I want you to approve of it. It can be a younger person, male or female, because it could be some of us are changing relationships here, because something sneaky happened to us, and we had an idea about it, and we gathered our facts, put them together before we did the challenge, It could be that kind of energy. It might mean it, but it means a message about love. It's a messenger, it bears a message. Could be a kid, it could be a sibling to us, someone younger, but it's the energetics of the youngness or whatever. It's could be an engagement, it could be a wedding, some kind of a situation around us that's happening. Now, I don't know if this is at work or in our love lives, right? Where there's emotional risk. That's the way I want to say it. There's an emotional risk. The circumstances around it are usually like scary, but they're exciting or happy at the same time. It could be one of our kids comes home and say, "Guess what, Mom, Dad, I'm engaged to be married." Could be like that for some of us. If it's us, it could be that we had an idea that we decided we're taking emotional risk on it. End of story. And no one is going to dissuade us from doing it. It's the thing that we want because we feel it will work out. It's like, boom, that's our intention. We trust it, We're taking responsible action towards it. So I don't know with these two people card, if maybe some of us are moving towards like something that was done to us with that Seven of Swords, maybe at work or in a relationship type energetics, and making a change, But remember, we need to actually pay attention this month, make sure we have the facts to back things up, and don't make the challenge unless we're being responsible and we're sure we have all the facts and that we absolutely are absolutely right? When we do that, and then we just are going to let go, because I actually feel like if we get a focus, right? And some of us, this really could be love, because right under, I'm holding all these cards in my hand, right under our Seven of Cups is the Two of Cups. So for some of us, it could be love, because that's a partnership card, or a change in a partnership, or maybe bettering a partnership that we have now. But we're going towards it. In order to manifest, we have to focus, right? And then we focus on it, we pray, we feel it, and we let go of it. And then it comes. And they're saying, say that because it's important. Yeah, it's important. Release and surrender is our angel card. Keep that focus on what I want, and then release it, let it go, and move on towards the next proper thing, is what there's just said. We shower you with blessings of our radiant love. Open your arms and release the challenges you've held tightly gripped within your hands. Open your hands, arms, and your heart to our love and our assistance. Well, they sent us love here with our little page of cups, and they sent us a lot of daydreams. It says the angels bring you this card because you've been trying to fix this situation single-handedly. They'd love to help you and answer your prayers, but first you need to surrender and release the situation. Surrender simply means you're tired of the struggle. It means emotionally letting go with faith that the divine wisdom of spirit, which includes your higher self, can do a better job. Surrender doesn't mean you're giving up or that you want to be controlled. Through surrender, you'll be assured of a better outcome. If you need help with surrender, ask the angels to assist you. And then it says, don't worry about how your prayer gets answered. Just let God figure out the details. Be willing to ask for help. Release tension and the need for control, and things will go better. Avoid power struggles, like our original message, in your relationships. Simply own your power and you won't have to fight for it. Simply be. I am Cancer. Therefore, I am deserving. Because I set an intention, I am responsible. And I am trustworthy, and I've cried more than enough tears over the past. So I am simplifying my life, like our little angel words down here. Well, Cancer, that's our reading for this month. I want to tell you all thank you for your likes, shares, subscribes, and your comments. I really appreciate them. I read each and every one of them. If anybody wants to know more about me, or if you want to go neb about me, or if you have to set an appointment with me, all of the information to do that's over at the website. It's down below the screen. There's 2 short videos over there. One explains a prayer class that I put out for you. That's 2.5 hours long. It's really comprehensive. Explains why and how you format prayers, why you do it the way you do. It's a long class, and the sutras are simple thought forms you put into a meditation. It takes 5 minutes a day. That's it. It enhances the clear perceptions. Videos are over there that explain them. And to everybody I've met through 4 whole years of YouTubes now, and to all of you I've met through 32 years of doing this work, I want to tell you all, it's an honor, privilege, a pleasure, and a joy to serve you. And hopefully I'll see you back here next month. Bye-bye.